Alright, I'm back. When you gotta go, right?
It makes me sad whenever I think about it.
Why are you sad?
Oh, sorry. My mind wanders sometimes. I was just thinking about Finn's loot. Over a year ago, thieves broke into the college and made off with a lot of valuable things, mostly gold and silver. But they also stole Finn's loot. We just learned where the bandits fled to, and I very much want that loot back.
What's so important about Finn's loot?
Finn was the bard who invented the 8-course loot that is commonplace today. Until he found a way to string the extra courses, bards only had 6-course loots. The loot they stole is Finn's original 8-course loot. I doubt they even realize its true value. Glad that...
Alright, well that loot is over here.
Mission's over.
How I got that far away, I do not know. There's one last person we can get a side mission from. We have a flute, a drum, and the last instrument is a lute and a drum, and the last one is a flute. And there's also a bug in the game where this guy constantly, after the festival, he continuously carries a torch in his hand. Now, where's that last lady that I want to talk to? She wants, apparently, her flute was stolen from one of her students, and she wants it back.
Once was a hero named Ragnar the Red who came riding to Whiterun from
Yeah, where is she? It's 8 o'clock. Where is the woman? Green apple on the floor. This right here, in here, this is her, oh, there she is.
That damn fool. I should wring her neck.
Whose neck is that?
Lorena. That fool student of mine stole my flute and sold it to some necromancer. I just got a ransom note for it. That flute has been handed down for 17 generations. Well, don't just stand there. Go get my flute.
Why would a necromancer want your flute?
Apparently, Lorena told him some story about the flute being able to make the dead dance. It's just a flute. A really old and valuable flute, but just a flute. Now you can say, met the most talented bard in all of Skyrim.
And the flute is right here. So those instruments are pretty scattered. And when you come back with the instruments, like I said before in the last video, is that they each give you a set of skill points, which is fantastic. I don't know, considering what time it is. Oh my goodness, time just flew by. Seemed like mere hours ago I was just coming out of the inn. Well, hours game wasted away. Yeah, but for me, it's been only 30 minutes.
The Imperials are good for business, and business is good for Skyrim.
I'm gonna slip on that outfit that Radiant Raymond wanted me to wear. Helmet, the shield, the gauntlet, and I just stick on a dagger. There we go.
I swear to you, unnatural magics are coming from that cave. There are strange noises and lights. We need someone to investigate.
Then we will immediately send out a legion to scour the cave and secure the town. Hafengar's people will always be safe under
Your
my
Eminence, my scrying has suggested nothing in the area. Dragon Bridge is under Imperial control. This is likely superstitious nonsense.
Perhaps a more tempered reaction might be called for?
Oh, yes, of course, you were right. Falk, tell Captain Aldous I said to assign a few extra soldiers to Dragonbridge.
Thank you, Jarl Elisif. What about the cave?
I will have someone take care of the cave as well, Varnius. You can rest easy. You're dismissed.
Now I might as well talk to the Jarl before she goes to bed.
With the passing of my dear husband Torrig, the weighty position of Jarl has fallen to me. Please direct questions to my steward.
I have a few questions for you, if you don't mind. Why did Ulfric kill your husband?
Because that's what traitorous cowards do when they desire power. Ulfric coveted the High King's throne. He thought he deserved it more than Torrig. And so he came before my husband and he shouted with that terrible voice, like something out of a legend or a nightmare. When Ulfric unleashed such fury, my husband, he simply ceased to be. That is all I will say, for it grieves me to speak of it.
Okay, are you the High Queen of Skyrim then?
Not yet, no. Although it is true my husband Torrig was the High King, and I am his widow. Now is not the time to lay claim to such a title. This land is riven by war, and her people suffer for it. The Stormcloaks are a blight on Skyrim, and like any blight, must be purged. Only then will I take my rightful place as High Queen.
Okay, do you trust General Tallis?
A question I am all too familiar with. One my very thanes ask often. They worry that Tullius is so focused on the war that he risks forgetting what's best for our people. The real irony is that, while General Tullius is certainly no Nord, the people of Skyrim would be lost without him. Trust is always difficult, especially for my people. Yet we must trust in Tullius's leadership. For what other choice do we have?
Okay. Do you need someone to check out Wolfskull Cave?
Oh, I thought that matter was handled. I think Falk is taking care of that.
I should speak to him. Do you like my outfit?
It's quite fetching, actually. The craftsmanship is excellent.
It was made by Radiant Raymond. Or Raymond
Oh, really?
Or whatever.
Well, you can tell them that I will be putting in a request for a few dresses quite soon. Be well. Pray for Solitude and my husband.
Anyway, Folk
You
Firebeard.
have been. I am the Jarl's steward. If you have court business to tend to, you talk to me.
Well, before I go into Pedius's wedding and stuff like that, does General Tallis respect Elisif?
Of course he does. What sort of a question is that? Maybe you've been listening to Eriker. There's been loose talk among some of the Thanes, and I suspect he's the cause of it. You'll pay those rumors no heed if you wish to retain your welcome in this city. She may be young, but Elisif is the Jarl by right. And here in Skyrim, if nothing else, we respect the traditions of our fathers' fathers. You'd do well to remember that.
Okay. What will happen to Alyssa if the Empire wins the war?
That remains to be seen. By rights, she has a legitimate claim as High Queen of Skyrim. But we must have the support of the other Jarls for that claim to have any meaning. Should they accept her rule, we will have peace.
Okay. I hear you're looking for some help with Skull Cave.
You mean the Dragon Bridge issue? I'll be honest with you. I was planning to let that go. Varnius is a bit jumpy at the best of times. There have been reports of weird happenings near Wolfskull Cave. Travelers disappearing, odd lights. I suspect wild animals, or perhaps bandits. I don't think it's worth our time with the war going on. But if you want to clear out the cave, I'll make sure you're repaid for your work.
Okay. Why is it called Skull Cave?
The cave has a bad history. Long ago, Potema the Wolf Queen used it for necromantic rituals. That's where it got the name. That was over 500 years ago. Nothing much down there now, but everyone's always convinced the cave is haunted.
Ah, okay. So it's got a bad reputation, so it scares a lot of people.
Feel free to return to me with questions. The Blue Palace is an open forum.
If I needed something from you, you would know it.
What's your problem?
Nothing. I'm busy, and I don't like being bothered unless I'm expecting something from you. Oh, don't give me that look. Fine, I suppose I can find some menial task to set your mind on. We have something of a vampire problem. Bodies have been found with blood drained. I know of a den nearby you can wipe out as a precaution.
See what I can do.
I don't expect you to be capable of even that.
Were you there when High King Torian died?
I was, to my shame. The whole court was in attendance. I've seen much in my time, but that was a gruesome day.
Why was Torian killed?
Because Ulfric needed a symbol. Someone he could defeat that represented the Empire. The White Gold Concordat, the banning of Talos worship. Torig's father Islot had held Skyrim together for nearly 25 years. When he died, Torig became that symbol.
So the war started when Islot died?
No, even after Islot died, the Moot voted to make Torig High King of Skyrim. But Ulfric was at that Moot, continually talking about Skyrim's independence in terms just shy of treason. I don't think Ulfric knew how much Torig respected him for that. If Ulfric had asked Torig directly to stand up, to declare independence, Torig might have done it.
Why didn't Turk ever declare independence?
Because the Dominion is a sleeping beast that Skyrim cannot slay alone. Because many Nords are part of the Imperial Army even now. Because the food and resources we get from the Empire are important to our people. Because even if we can't openly worship him, Talos the god was once Tiber Septim the man, and this is his empire. And Torig wasn't ready to let it fall apart.
So, a few reasons. How long have you been the court wizard?
I was a member of the court during the reign of Torig's father. It was Torig who appointed me to the position.
You look very young.
I like to think I've aged well. I'm certainly wiser than I once was. And I know when one should speak, and when one should hold their tongue.
Okay.
Vampires are clever hunters. More clever than you, definitely.
Yeah, thanks for that. The reason why she looks so young is because there's a theory that she's a vampire! Yes, that's right. She's a vampire. But she's not an ordinary, everyday, scrappy vampire that you find in caves and stuff. Apparently, she belongs to some kind of secret society of social vampires. Vampires who blend in with modern day society. And they only feed on prisoners or bandits. And apparently, despite the fact that they were more
Imperials are good for business, and business is good for Skyrim.
societal group who live by a complex code, they vowed to never harm citizens, they were still tracked down and slain, just like any other vampire would have been. And apparently she's one of the last remaining members of that society. She just continues to follow her code that she swore an oath to, even though the society she belonged to is pretty much dead.
I don't buy fancy clothes, but you look like you might.
If you're heading to the Blue Palace, you might want to rethink that outfit.
Alyssa loved the outfit. She'll be placing an order soon.
That's wonderful. You've done us a great service. As promised, the outfit is yours, and here's something for your trouble. Remember Radiant Raiment when you need a change of attire.
Alright, let's see here. Over there, that's where the vampires are. That's the Blue Skull Cave. And oh, apparently it's at a burrow that we've already been to, or at least passed by it. Because we had to pass by these two caves in order to get to North Watch Keep. Since these are the foremost further out, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to sleep. What's this? Is that sleep or steep? I can't tell from here. Sleep fall barrel first, since it's the furthest one away. Then I'll go to Pine Moon Cave, and then on the way back to Solitude, I'll head out to Wolf Skull Cave to investigate to see what's going on there.